of newly elevated President and Vice President of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India for the year 2024 and 25. Today we gather here to witness this prestigious moment that marks a significant milestone in the journey of ICAI. It is an honor to witness the beginning of a new council year of ICAI, where our torchbearers and leaders profess their commitment to their roles. With their passion, dedication and vision, we are confident that ICAI will attain greater heights of excellence and distinction. So may I request Honorable President of ICAI, CA Ranjit Kumar Agarwal ji, CA Charanjot Singh Nanda ji, Honorable Vice President of ICAI, CA Anikesh Sunil Talati ji, immediate past President of ICAI, and CA Dr. Devashish Mitra ji, past President of ICAI, to please grace the dais with their esteemed presence. Please give them a big round of applause. I also request respected Secretary of ICAI, CA Jay Batra ji, to please accompany all of them and grace the dais with his esteemed presence. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Now may I request CA Jay Kumar Batra ji, Secretary of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, for his welcome address. Please, sir.
ना तू शपथा एव अस्मान पुरुषस्य विश्वासम जनयति अपितु पुरुषः शपथः एव। शपथ नहीं, मनुष्य की शपथ हमें विश्वास दिलाती है. It's not the oath that makes us believe the man, but the man the oath. With these words, at the outset, on behalf of the world's largest professional accounting body, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, CA India, I would like to extend a very hearty warm welcome to all of you on this oath-taking ceremony of ICAI Torchbearers for the year 2024-25. The 25th Council of the ICAI took over on 12th February 2022. And during that year, under the able leadership of our respective past president, CA Dr. Devashish Mitra ji, the whole world witnessed the successful conduct of the World Congress of Accountants. In the second year of the council, we made the whole world surprised by organizing the first ever Global Professional Accountant Convention. And this was an incredible year where so many new initiatives were taken by the council. Particularly, we started with the technology revolution. And I hope today is the 12th February 2024, the third year of the council. And our Honorable CA Ranjit Kumar Agarwal ji has been installed as the 72nd President of ICAI. Please welcome him with a huge round of applause. And CA Charanjot Singh Nanda ji has been elected as the Vice President of ICAI. I am very sure that like earlier 2 years of the 25th Council, this third year also, we are going to see the miracles in the time to come, meeting the expectations of around 4 lakhs members, 8 lakhs 50,000 students, 175 branches, 5 regional councils, 50 overseas chapters, 31 representative offices in 47 countries in 81 global cities of the world, and all the stakeholders of ICAI. So I think this year is going to be miracle for us, bringing us the new things, the new developments for the accountancy profession. And I'm very hopeful that we are going to be more incredible, adventurous, affable, amiable, and captivating for the whole accountancy profession. Focusing on, as we usually say, focusing on independence, integrity, excellence, ethics, technology, transparency, trust, consistency, collaboration, cooperation, quality. I'm very sure under the able leadership of our Honorable President and Vice President, we will achieve the new benchmarks for the coming council year 2024-25. And at the end, I will say, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, let the entire world be happy. Sav samay savsam samajay sarasvam. Very little for ICAI and everything for the society and our great country, India, and the whole world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. Let us start the beginning of this today's oath-taking ceremony. May I request as well invite Honorable President of Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, Sri Ranjit Kumar Agarwal ji, for the oath-taking ceremony. And I also request immediate past President of ICAI, Sri Aniket Sunil Talati ji, to please administer the oath. Please, sir.
I, CA Ranjit Kumar Agarwal,
do swear
in
the name of God,
solemnly affirm
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
true faith and allegiance
to the profession of chartered accountancy
to the profession of chartered accountancy
under the Chartered Accountants Act 1949
under the Chartered Accountant Act 1949
as established by law.
Further,
I pledge to uphold
the
integrity of functions
as
prescribed in the said act and Chartered Accountants Regulations 1988 and rules framed thereunder for the benefit of the chartered accountancy profession, and I will faithfully and consistently discharge my role as the president of ICAI for the council year 24-25 without fear or favor, affection or ill will. Congratulations, Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, and congratulations. Thank you, sir. May I now invite Honorable Vice President of Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, CA Charanjot Singh Nandaji, for the oath-taking ceremony. And for this, I also request past President of Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, CA Dr. Devashish Mitra ji, to please administer the oath. Please, sir.
I, CA Nanda Charanjit Singh,
I, C.A. Nanda Charanjot Singh,
FCA,
FCA,
do swear in the name of God,
do swear in the name of God,
solemnly affirm that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
to
the profession of chartered accountancy
the profession of chartered accountancy
under the Chartered Accountants Act 1949
under the Chartered Accountants Act 1949
as established by law. Further, I pledge
to
to uphold the integrity of functions
the integrity of functions
as prescribed in the said Act
as prescribed in the said Act
and Chartered Accountants Regulations
and Chartered Accountants Regulations
1988
1988
and rules framed thereunder
and rules framed thereunder
for the benefit of the chartered accountancy profession,
for the benefit of the chartered accountancy profession,
and I will faithfully
and I will faithfully
and conscientiously
and conscientiously
discharge my role as the Vice President of ICAI
as the Vice President of ICAI
for the Council year 2024-25
for the Council year 2024-25
without fear or favor, affection or ill will.
affection or ill will.
Hearty congratulations, Vice President, sir.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, sir, and congratulations. Before we felicitate the President of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India with the wearing of the Presidential Collar of Honor, I would like to share with you the importance of Presidential Collar. The Presidential Collar holds significant importance as a symbol of authority and tradition within the professional settings. Established during the 10th meeting of the Council in February 1953, it was decided by the forefathers of the profession that President should wear this symbol on all important occasions and during every meeting of the Council. This tradition signifies the transfer of authority from one president to the next, emphasizing the continuity and legacy of the leadership within the profession. With 71 presidents having worn the collar in the past, the 72nd president will continue this legacy, embodying the values and mindset of earlier leaders while making decisions for the professionals' developments. Now, may I request G.A. Kumar Batra ji, respected Secretary of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, to please felicitate the Honorable President of ICAI, C.A. Ranjit Kumar Agarwal ji, with wearing of the Presidential Collar. Please give the big round of applause. Thank you so much, sir. Now it's the time to hear words of wisdom from the mouth of the leaders. Now may I request Honorable Vice President of ICAI, C.A. Charanjot Singh Nanda ji, for his Thanksgiving address.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The most honorable, young, dynamic President of ICAI, C.A. Ranjit Agarwal ji, the immediate past President, again, very young, agile leader, C.A. Niket Talati ji, the past President, looks to be young, but otherwise very senior, C.A. Devashish Mitra ji, the Secretary of the Institute, past Presidents, my esteemed Council colleagues, past Council colleagues, regional Council members, the better halves of all the Council members and regional Council members, staff of the Institute, press media, and all. I am truly honored to be amongst you on this very auspicious occasion. Oath taking ultimately signifies an era where an individual dedicates himself to the cause of the profession. You are all aware that the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India was set up an Act of Parliament way back on 1st July 1949. When the most important document of the democracy, the Constitution, was not adopted. The Constitution to this great country was promulgated on 26 January 1950. The pertinent question that arises is, what prompted the Constituent Assembly to set up an Institute of Chartered Accountants of India when its democratic setup was not in place? The answer is very candid, very simple, very forthcoming. They were looking for a disciplined band of soldiers to steer this country out of confusion. and all of us sitting here belong to the same category. Ladies and gentlemen, the profession has done so much for the country. And at times I listen to certain people criticizing the profession. But I want to tell you, never take criticism in the right spirit. There is a couplet which says, तारीफ की चाहत तो नाकाम लोगों की फितरत है. तारीफ की चाहत तो नाकाम लोगों की फितरत है. काबिल लोगों के तो दुश्मन भी कायल होते हैं. We are undoubtedly a class apart. And I take this opportunity to thank all of you for coming here. My esteemed president, past president, immediate past president, and more importantly, guests who has come from all over India to ensure that this oath-taking ceremony becomes history. Yes, we have to go and percolate it at all levels. We have to tell our people in our office, tell people in our branches, so that they're able to effectively appreciate what we administer at the oath. I'm really thankful for giving me the opportunity to speak to you. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable President has taken the office today and oath just now. We all have high expectations from him, and we all need to ensure that our working has to be in tandem with the working of the President. We all are brand ambassadors to this great profession, and therefore we have to dedicate our professional lives and, more importantly, our initiatives to ensure that the flag of the Institute flies at unprecedented heights. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words of wisdom. Now, may I request the Honorable President of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Sri Ranjit Kumar Agarwal ji, for his Thanksgiving address. Please give him a big round of applause. Please, sir.
Honorable Vice President of the Institute, C.A. Charanjot Singh Ji Nanda, immediate past President and my colleague for last 1 year, C. Aniket Talati, past President from my city, Kolkata, C.A. Dr. Devashish Mitra, Jay Batra, Secretary of the Institute, all our council colleague, government nominee, Vijay Jalani ji, past president, past council member, my wife, Suman, my 2 children and relatives, all the leaders from the regional council branches, chapters, officer and employee of this institute, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, my heartfelt gratitude to all of you, especially my 31 council colleagues, for considering me as a person to become a person who has come from a Rajasthan, then Bihar, then Kolkata. And when 1999 I qualified as a chartered accountant, I never dreamt that within next 25 years I will be the 72nd President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. My thanks to all my council colleagues who has reposed their trust and confidence that I am the person who can lead this institute for this year. When this institute was created by the Act of the Parliament 1949, this was just 2 years after the independence of our country like India. And that point of time, the forefather felt the need of the professional standard in the country, financial discipline in the country, and how to augment the revenue for the country. And within the next 2 years, they have created a body of the accountants, which was passed by the Act of the Parliament in 1st of July 1949, as the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Since 1949, this institute started with 1600 members. In last 75 years, this institute has grown up with the consistency, quality, and credibility from 1600 odd members to 4 lakh chartered accountant. And from few thousand students, we have now become the 8.5 lakh students. By making this 4 lakh and 8.5 lakh, 12.5 lakh family, there are 182 accounting body in the world. With this sheer number, this institute today is the world's largest accounting body. And if you see the gender equality, if you see the 400,000 member, 4 lakh member, 29% chartered accountant are women chartered accountant. Out of 8.5 lakh students, 43% students of 8.5 lakh are girl students pursuing chartered accountancy without any reservation. And in the last 75 years, with the quality and the credibility, this institute has lived up to the expectation of all the stakeholders. Exceptions are bound to happen. But last 75 years, we have given a slogan, 75 years of trust, Vishwas ke 75 saal. And this institute has the capacity and the capability which they have lived up to in the last 75 years. If the country is growing, if the growth rate is growing, if the Indian company are listed in the London Stock Exchange, if the financial discipline in this country is there, banking and financial transactions are up to the mark, smooth flow of the digital transaction happening in this country, and whatever laws are made by this parliament of this country, the implementation and execution and making awareness of all the legislation of this country, particularly the financial legislation, the contribution of chartered accountants in last 75 years are immense and paramount. And we are the unsung hero. You do hundreds of balance sheet sign. If one balance sheet goes wrong, you are highlighted. The disciplinary proceedings started. Nobody sees the 99 balance sheet you have certified as a true and fair and true and correct. But one balance sheet, if it goes wrong, the media, the stakeholder, the government highlight that this chartered accountant has not discharged their duty properly. But we have accepted. We have accepted that we have to be legally compliant and we have to discharge our duty with true and fair and true and correct attitude with the 100% assurance. I remember 1964, when our past president, Mr. R.C. Cooper, has come out with a code of ethics. While deliberating in the council table, he was saying, the chartered accountant who are discharging their duty, even if something is legal, the chartered accountant has to see whether that act and the conduct is ethical or not. And even if something is legal and not ethical, the chartered accountant should not resort to those kind of practices. This is the Bible, this is the mantra. Since 1964, this institute members has imbibed in themselves. And that's why we are called unsung hero. If you see the eagle, we have our emblem given by the 1949 Arvindo Ghosh from Bengal, who has given this eagle. What do you mean by the eagle? Eagle is said Baj. Eagle has the sharp eye and the fly high. But there is one more characteristic of eagle. Since our Vice President has been elected today in the name of C.H. Charanjit Singh Nanda, and he's a fond of saying so many couplets. So I also remember one couplet. The role and the responsibility of the eagle has been equated with the role and responsibility of the chartered accountant. And there is a saying, झूठी शान में परिंदे यूं ही फड़फड़ाते हैं, बाज की उड़ान में तो आवाज नहीं होती. We are unsung hero. Nobody gives you the award and the reward if you have certified the balance sheet true and fair. And that we have accepted. In the last 75 years, we are discharging our duty with the same amount of vigor, same amount of confidence, and the same amount of intellectual the institute is discharging to its member. Now, I can see the growth and development of this country. If you see the all-round development taking place in this country, you may be politically liking or disliking the person. But last 10 years, if you see how this country is growing, the one single person who is working day in and day night, leaving the family, leaving the relatives, just for the sake of the country, how this country can become the developed country of this world, and that is Prime Minister Narendra Modi. See the UPI and the digital transaction we have created. Low cost and faster implementation of the digital transaction in this country. See India is the third largest country as far as startup system is concerned. 10 years before, this country was importing 98% of the mobile equipments. Today, this country is making 98% of the mobile equipment in this country itself. That is the make in India this country has achieved in the last 10 years. If the pharma sector is concerned, this country is leader in the pharma sector. Green energy is concerned, we are the 5th largest economy as far as green energy is concerned. And if the demographic dividend is concerned, India is the youngest country of the world. So is our institute. We have 4 lakh members. 61% of the membership is below the age of 40. This young membership of the institute is discharging their duty in sync with the growth and development of this country. So I can foresee the way this country is growing. We are in the right time, in the right century. We are fortunate that we all are witnessing this kind of growth in this country as a human being living in this planet. So what is the role of this institute for next 25 years? When the country is saying India will be the developed country for next 25 years, 2047. What is the role of our 4 lakh chartered accountant? If we certify something as a true and fair, the true and fair has to be certified keeping in mind it is true and correct. And once we have certified something, huge number of digital transactions are created in this country. Every data has to be certified by one or another chartered accountant. But once we certify something, there should not be any mechanism which we can say it has to be re-audited. Once the chartered accountant has put their signature, it cannot be re-audited. That kind of commitment is the need of the hour. As far as digitalization is concerned, we can foresee how this 4 lakh member and 8.5 lakh students can use the artificial intelligence and the blockchain technology while discharging their duty as an accountant or a chartered accountant. Now this chat GPT and the artificial intelligence, in which all the reports, all the data which can be now subsumed in the memory of the chat GPT, and you can just use the technology for your own advantage. So how the student and the member can be imbibed with this technology, that is the role and the responsibility of this institute for this year and next year. And as far as the qualitative education for the students is concerned, we have just launched the new CRET syllabus under the able leadership of our immediate past president, Sri ICAI Talati, on 1st of July. And how this education to the students will make them as a global chartered accountant. That is the role this institute has to play for this year and next year. How our membership can be skilled and re-skilled with the fast changing environment. That is the role and the responsibility of this institute, how this entire membership can live up to the expectation of this changing world. Through Center of Excellence, through residential training, through skilling and reskilling, all these parameters this institute has to start so that the chartered accountant of today's generation can be relevant in this fast changing environment. We have come out from the annual reporting to half yearly to quarterly. Through this digitalization and the artificial intelligence, this quarterly audit will come down more. We have the data of the real-time accounting. Now, real-time accounting will result in the real-time audit also. How this institute has to cope up with the fast-changing technological development, that is the role this institute has to take for this year and subsequent year. And there are so many initiatives. If this India has a developed country in 2047, we are $4 trillion economy today, almost 4 lakh chartered accountant today. We are of the opinion that for every $1 trillion economy, this country needs 1 lakh chartered accountant. And 2047, when the country achieves $30 trillion economy, this country will be 30 lakh chartered accountant in this country. How to cope up, how to make them skilled, how to utilize this main force for the growth and development of this country, that is the vision we have. And for next year, we have a vision how this institute can achieve the greater heights, the trust and the responsibility which has been bestowed on the Chartered Accountant Institute has to be lived. And that's why when I talk about trust, there are 5 letters in the trust which talks about T-R-U-S-T. The T talks about the technology. R talks about the research. U talks about the union, the country as a whole. S talk about the sustainability. And the T talk about the transparency. All these 5 letters of trust, every chartered accountant has to imbibe among themselves. And that's why I tell, if we are here as a chartered accountant in industry or the practice, our only goal has to be India first. Whenever we sign, whenever we certify, we have to see that when your signature is putting on the balance sheet or the statement, whether it is in the interest of the country or not. If not, we should not resort to these kind of signatures. So country is first, profession is second, and the individual is third. On this principle, we are making a vision of this institute for next 25 years so that when we are going to hand over this institute to the young generation, next generation, I feel and I believe when I will not be in this world, whenever my son, somebody asks, who was your father? He can proudly say, that my father was the member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for such a kind words. For the leaders as well as the torchbearers of our profession as well as the council for 2024 and 25, may I request everyone to please give them a big round of applause with a standing ovation, please. May I request the Honorable President of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India to please present a flower bouquet to our immediate past President. From the flower bouquet to the Vice President, sir, from the side of the President, sir.
Yes, sir, I will tell you to come. Please, sir, please come. Please come.
May I request Honorable immediate past President, sir, as well as the past President, sir, to please present a flower bouquet to the President of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, CA Ranjit Kumar Agarwal ji. Please give them a big round of applause. Thank you so much for the gracious gesture.
Good evening, everybody. If I have taken the indulgence,
Now, we are having with us Honorable past President Sri A.C. Chakravarti ji. So please give him a big round of applause for his words of wisdom. Over to you, sir, please.
if I have taken the indulgence of the President for breaking the rule and speaking on such a wonderful occasion, I sincerely apologize for that. Firstly, I congratulate all the esteemed and honorable presidents who are here sitting on the dais. I wish them all success during their tenures so that the Institute's reputation is enhanced and it can continue to serve the country as a part of the nation builder. Why have I decided to speak on this occasion, though uninvited? Firstly, because I'm 93 years old and I may not have another occasion to be present on a situation like this. I became a member in 1953, only 3 years after the formation of the Institute. I have served the Institute for over 70 years, but without any blemish. You see, I retired as the senior partner, managing partner of Battery Boy and chairman of Ernst & Young. I have been, besides being the president, I have been also the governing committee member of International Federation of Accountants and have served as chairman of several multinational companies. And now even today, I am acting as an administrator of a 25,000 crore business appointed by the High Court and the Supreme Court at the age of 93. Why am I going to speak on this occasion? Because I may not have another occasion like this. I want to say that whatever we do and whatever our objective may be, the scope of our liability, it is not the extension of business. In the future, the liability of the chartered accountants will expand to an extent which you cannot imagine. And that is why I am here to say, from today, all the chartered accountants and the institute must think that they are serving the public. And the interest of the public will become paramount. It is not some stakeholders. From future, in the future, you have to think that we are serving the public. And if you fail, public will have the right to take action against you because the public interest will have been violated. I think this enlargement of the scope of our responsibility, duty and liability may kindly be taken care of by the Institute in its future drawings. Number 2, yes, technology, I have been always in favor. Last 10 years, I have been saying nothing matters, only technology, technology and technology matter, will matter in the future. Therefore, it is not the question of chartered accountants alone. You all have to develop a collaborative approach which will reorganize your business, your focus, your strategies, and your line of action. Collaboration with other disciplines, how better you can do it, how well you can recognize them. And lastly, I think we have been thinking about ethical standards and all that. I think the future of the profession will depend upon the trust and the faith the public reposes on you. We have a lot of ideas about the trust and all that. Let me give you one simple example. You must have heard of Professor C.V. Raman, who won the Nobel Prize on some physics matters. So when he was trying to establish an institute and build up a big research laboratory, he advertised for some assistants to help him. There were 7 applicants. 3 were selected. So in the evening, he was walking around and he found one of the failed assistants, who has not been selected. He was also sitting very pensively in one corner of the garden. So he asked him, what is the matter? He said, sir, they haven't given me 7 rupees in extra on the basis of the travel bills that I have submitted, but they have given me 7 rupees extra. So therefore I cannot leave the city without returning the money. And tomorrow is Saturday, what do I do now? So Professor Raman told him that, okay, you give me the 7 rupees and you see me on Monday morning. So Professor Raman gave him an appointment as a research assistant only on the ground of the trust and faith, not on his physical characteristics or excellence. You know who is the man? The name of the man is Subramaniam Chandrasekhar. And he won the Nobel Prize. So this is the sort of trust we want. This is the sort of trust we chartered accountants must evaluate. In other words, you may not accept an assignment. You may be thrown out of an assignment. You may be very poor, but you must be able to take that risk because you cannot compromise on trust. And lastly, I will only say from Rig-Ved, if you look into 10 paragraph, it says 4,000 years back, people could think, which now you can find even in the lawns of the Harvard. Let all noble ideas come to us, we shall consider. Let the institute, which will make tremendous progress in the future, which I am sure will be one of the best institutes in the world, but let them keep their mind open. All noble ideas come to us, and we translate them into realities for the benefit of our institute, for the benefit of our members, and for the benefit of the country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words at this juncture. Now we have come to an end for this today's oath-taking ceremony. On behalf of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, we extend a heartfelt thanks to all of you, all the members, all the council members, all government nominee, as well as the all the officers, as well as their family members for joining this prestigious as well as the mega event. May I request everyone to please join for the dinner hosted by Honorable President of ICAI.